What's up, everyone? Welcome to Wingman Wednesdays. I'm Cruz. Hope y'all are having a good day. Now, in today's episode, we're going to be talking about Air Force boot camp. Now, this isn't one of those episodes where we talk about how harder or how easier it is than any other branches. Now, I'm just going to be sharing my experience with y'all and letting y'all know what to expect. Alright, let's get started. So you decided to join the Air Force. Well, everybody's got a story, and you got to figure out what yours is. Or don't. Sooner or later, you'll find out real quick why you decided to join, why you decided to stay, or why you decided to get out. Well, for me it was tails. Flipped a coin and it landed on tails. Heads, grad school. Tails, military service. For some people it's not that easy of a decision. For other people it's the only decision. So you have to figure out your story. You have to figure out your reason why. So there's going to come a point where you know your life is going to be different after. And it's a scary thing. So, first thing, what's your story? The next thing is are you physically fit enough to join? Air Force fitness test is broken up into different categories where you have to meet the minimum. There's the push-ups, the sit-ups, the waist measurement, and the 1.5 mile run. The next thing is acclimating yourself to the military schedule.
So you're gonna start your day typically at 05 and you're gonna go all the way until TACP's place, which is 10 p.m. or 2200.
Now, while you're in boot camp, you're not going to have access to coffee, energy drinks, sodas, junk food, any of those things. They're going to purge all that out of your body. Your schedule is going to be packed. You're going to have PT, you're going to have classroom, you're going to have the basic military fundamentals, military history. You're not going to have any real personal time. And during that time, you're not going to have a nap time. I don't care what the other branches say, the Air Force does not have a nap time. Because the hardest thing that you're going to face is fatigue. It's meant to be exhausting. You're going to be tired all the time. You're going to have people that are standing up, falling asleep, in formation, falling asleep. The one thing that every veteran knows for a fact is that in the military, you'll learn to fall asleep literally anywhere doing anything. Reporting statements, reporting statements, reporting statements. Now, this is the statement that you say when anybody that is not in your flight or not in your brother flight or your sister flight, anyone says anything to you, it is the first words out of your mouth. It better be the first words out of your mouth, because if not, you're going to find out. Training reports as ordered. Training reports as ordered. Always. Get that down, your life will be simpler. Now, other great prep videos have been put on by Gott. Gott is like the OG Air Force YouTuber. He's got way more videos, way better made than this one. It tells you what to pack for BMT, you know, what your security locker is going to look like, what your locker should look like, and gives a lot of great advice going through boot camp, going through tech school, and just general Air Force knowledge. I definitely recommend you guys check out his page and subscribe, and check out all the different videos that he's got. It's great material. Definitely check it out. So So those are the things that you would need to know to prepare yourself physically and mentally for Air Force boot camp. Oh, sneaker week. Sneaker week. You just got there. Your ass just got off of the bus. You ran up onto some little yellow footprints, and you're gonna be running around in your sneakers, and you're gonna feel really dumb and out of place looking at all of the other guys that are weeks ahead of you in their uniform and with boots on, looking nice. Now, it never gets easier, you just get better at it. So, if you're like thinking, oh yeah, I'm gonna get used to it, it's gonna get easier, you're like, no, because every week brings something new. And you're just gonna be tired all the time. This week just sucks. You're getting used to the military schedule, you're getting used to your schedule, PT classroom, having to be marched everywhere, you know, learning the different personalities that are in your flight and where you mesh in with everybody. It's just a very chaotic week. Biggest piece of advice I can give you right off the bat is put all your BS aside. Put all your pride, all your machismo, all that stuff, just throw it out. The sooner you guys come together as a flight and as brothers, the easier everything is just gonna be. Like, I had my flight and we talked about everything, we meshed well, we squashed any stuff that came up, and just weeks into boot camp. And I had my brother flight dorm chief asking me, he's like, hey man, how do your guys get along so well? His guys are always fighting. Like I said, just put your pride aside, work as a team, and everything just gets easier. This is also around the time where you get your job. Now everybody has a job in BMT. Now that ranges from the guy that, you know, sweeps up all the dust bunnies to the dorm chief is the big dog of the flight and the leader of everyone. You have your guide on, the guy carries the flag. And you have your element leaders who are in charge of you, whatever element you're lined into, whatever line you're lined into. You have a chow runner, big shout out to my homeboy Wolfram, who basically just announces that you are now able to go in and eat. I'm sure there was a lot more to that, but I mean, that's kind of what I remember from it. And then you have your dorm chief, which that's what I was. And it wasn't an easy job. You get blamed for everything. You are constantly stressed out. You got guys that are just like, what? You got guys coming in from all walks of life, all parts of the country, and you're living under one roof, and this guy is responsible for all of the shenanigans that go on. It's stressful, it's exhausting, but I had an awesome flight, and they made my life easier, so I always had their back whenever it came down to it. You're sitting there just minding your business, and then you hear the TI just yell, dorm chief, why the fuck is so-and-so doing so-and-so? Why is this guy doing this? Why is this guy doing that? Where is this guy? Yeah. This is also the time when you get your first military haircut. It doesn't matter if you shaved your head or not, they're gonna take you over there and they are going to give you the roughest haircut you've ever got. Oh, you got a mole on your head somewhere and it sticks up any amount, you better put your finger on it, like real fast, because they're there to cut your hair and any other surface that sticks out, get you in and get you out and get you gone. And for some people, that's when it hits them. They're like, oh my God, I'm really here. This is really my life right now. Like, that moment hits people at different times during the military process. Now, I don't care what anybody says. Everybody cries at one point in their boot camp. Everybody does. If you hear a guy say, oh, I didn't cry, no, that's bullshit. No one saw him cry. He just didn't get caught. That's the only thing about it. For most of the people, it's that first real phone call that you have with your family. you know? And I talked to a lot of the guys in my group, in my flight, and it was all the same thing. Like, you talk to your brother, you're good. You talk to your dad, you're good. You talk to your significant other, you're good. But the second you talk to mom, like, oh, you lose it, at least for a little bit, you know? But everybody cries. Don't be ashamed of it, but move on. Put it there, let it have its moment, and move on, because you will literally not have time for that shit. This is also the week where you do a lot of admin stuff. You're filling out paperwork, you're sitting there, and there are people falling asleep, filling out forms that they need to get right, because these are the basic forms for the rest of your military career. Now, your typical BMT day is going to be you wake up, you go down, you do PT, you're either doing calisthenics that day or you're doing all cardio. And it just alternates. So you're going to get placed into different categories on your fitness level. The guys that just barely made it in and passed the bare minimum PT test, they're put into this one. You know, the athletes, the guys that everything is easy for, get put into this spot. Now, the goal of the mission is to take these guys and make them as good as these guys. And take these guys and make them the absolute best that they can. These guys are the ones that are going to go on to do battlefield airman jobs like PJ, CCT, TACP, you know, all those special operations jobs. That's where they're going to be. Now, I'm going to advise you, the months before you come to boot camp, don't go and build muscle. Concentrate on running. You're going to concentrate on cardio predominantly the entire time that you were there. Once you're done with PT, you're going to come up and everyone's going to be running to the showers and clean themselves up, and then right after that, it is time for everybody to clean up the dorm. Now, if you're put into a leadership role, don't just supervise. Get in there and help your teammates out, because that's what it is. It's a team. You're going to end up doing everything together, or you're not going to do anything. You're either going to succeed together or you're going to fail together. And if that means you meeting up with Elmer Fudd on the bottom, chasing all them dust bunnies with them, then that's what you got to do. Everyone's got a job, and you'll have to rely on each other to complete these jobs. Because if one person messes up, the whole team, the whole flight messes up. That concept is the simplest way that it translates into the military culture. Once that's all done, everybody gets into uniform and heads down into formation to go into the dining hall. Now, once you head into the dining hall, don't look around, don't talk, because the MTIs are going to be there, circling everybody, waiting for you to slip up. Once you sit down to eat, go ahead and gulp that cup of water down and start eating as fast as you can. Because once the table next to you is fully seated, it is your turn to get up and leave. And sometimes that comes really fast. So you're just gonna have to lick a biscuit and get out. Once you get in there, there's gonna be an airman to your left and an airman to your right. And your sleeves are just gonna be rolled up and you're stepping forward, shot, shot. Stepping forward, shot, shot. And depending on your job, you may get some more shots than other people do, but everybody is gonna get the peanut butter shot no matter what. It's called the peanut butter shot because you can feel it going into you, and it feels like peanut butter because it's so thick. That shot messes people up and they can't walk for like a day. In those first few weeks, you're going to be learning the lingo besides your reporting statement, which, if you remember, is trainee reports as order. Next thing you'll learn is when you're getting into your dorm is everybody has to check ID, and the guy that's standing guard at the door will sit there and be like, please, one white common access card. And I don't remember if you get your CAC right off of the bat in boot camp, but that phrase is said every single time you enter the dorm. Now, the reason that they tell you to do that and check everywhere outside. You'll have some of the MTIs from different squadrons, and they'll sit there and they'll intimidate their way into the dorm, and you do not want that to happen. Because then your day and your entire flight's day is gonna be ruined by some guy you've probably never seen before, but he's got that wheel hat on. By week 3, you pretty much have the schedule down. It's gonna be on repeat, and you're quickly gonna lose track of what day it is or what time it is. I think the only thing that keeps you focused and lets you know what day it is what's being served in the dining hall. I think grilled cheese is something that's served only on Sundays, if I remember right. You'll also have to be on the lookout for raids, which mean the MTIs are going to start coming at night. And if you're sitting there underneath the blanket with your Lackland laser, if they still have those, or a flashlight or whatever it is, writing a letter, oh man. If you're on night watch, if you're the night guard, again, you have to remain vigilant. You have to be ready, and you have to be checking everything. Not too long after, you're gonna visit the gas chamber. And the gas chamber is gonna suck no matter what. There's nothing I can tell you that'll prepare you for the level of suck that your life is gonna have. All I can say is breathe it all in and then spit out your reporting statement. So, just like a Band-Aid, just rip it off and be done with it. Now, if you're one of the individuals that happens to go to boot camp in the middle of a Texas summer, your sweat is gonna make it hurt so much more. Now, around the 4th week, you're gonna get your nameplate. You know, it was a moment when you got there. It was a moment when you got your haircut. There was a moment when you got your ABUs, when you got your uniform. And this is that moment that you look at your uniform and you see United States Air Force, and then you see your last name on there. And then I remember when I got mine, I took that moment and I was looking at it, and then I remember looking up at the rest of my flight, and they were all doing the same thing. At any point you were worried that you had made a mistake, seeing your name on that uniform changes your perception. And that's important, because that's going to set the tone the rest of the time that you're there. Unfortunately, guys, that's all the time that we have today. I hope that some of the information that I've shared with you all has answered some of the questions that you had about the early part of the week. Be sure to swing back by the next Wingman Wednesday, where I'll share the rest of my experience with you all over here for the weekend. Alright guys, it's your turn now. If you have any questions regarding some of the stuff that we've already gone over, and if you've been through Air Force boot camp, be sure to share those stories down in the comments below. Well, this is Cruz.